Former England under-21 and Great Britain Olympic team striker Marvin Sordell has revealed his battle with depression. Sordell has called upon clubs to employ full-time counsellors to help players with mental health issues. The Chris Mitchell Foundation was founded to raise awareness of the mental health and well-being of those working in and around professional football. Chris's father, Philip Mitchell, now joins me on the phone to discuss this.
Hello.
Hello, Philip. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
We'll just start with the interview. Thanks very much for joining us this afternoon. First of all, can you tell us a bit about the foundation and what kind of work it carries out?
The foundation, it was set up on behalf of my son. My son was a professional footballer who had to retire from Scottish football through injury, and a few months later, having missed football so much, he took his own life. So we were struggling at that time to get answers as to how this all came about, this tragedy all came about. So we spoke to people, we set up the foundation, and one of the initiatives we've got is the mental health first aid training, which is it's an accredited 2-day course which we fund totally. The foundation fund. The SPFL Trust, who's a charity, they administer it, and a colleague who's well versed in mental health, he delivers it. And it's available to anybody in Scottish football in the SPFL teams, the Highland League and the Lowland League and the Ladies Professional League. And it's just to give people the skills and the knowledge to take back to their respective clubs. It can be anybody from chairman right down to the admin, kit man, chaplain, anybody that's involved in the respective clubs. And it gives them the skills to go back to the club, and if they see anybody, a player or members of staff, but particularly a player, to ask questions, are you okay? Because mental health, the stigma is still, it is a weakness in an individual, and it's not a weakness, it's an illness. Yep. So they still have that in their heads, it is a weakness, and individuals who suffer from mental health rarely speak about it. So it's to give the people these skills to identify people who are suffering from anxiety, depression, and ask the question, and then they give them a conduit to professional help.
Yep.
And it might not necessarily be that they want professional help, it's just that moment that they're given, they've been asked the question, they open up, and that might just be enough for them to get back on the right tracks.
Yep. And obviously Marvin Sordell's been in the news recently, and he's called for football clubs to employ full-time counsellors to help players deal with mental health issues. Is that a proposal that you agree with, to be rolled out across the country?
100%. 100%. Yep. I don't see why now, in hindsight, after our experiences, that why this is not a part and parcel of football and sport in general. There's people going for tens of millions of pounds in transfer fees. The first thing you hear, they pass a physical medical, but they never get a mental health medical. Yeah. So I wholeheartedly agree that counsellors are in there to benefit everybody at respective clubs. 100%.
And the PFA has said that more people are now accessing its welfare services. Do you sense that professional sports people, and obviously footballers in particular, are now being more open about mental health? Do you find that?
Yes, I do, but there hasn't been a spike in this. It's a gradual trend. It's a slow burner, let's say. We need people like Lennon and the high-profile players and managers to come out and talk about their mental health misfortunes, and it gives the people the encouragement to come forward and talk about it, because it's all about talking about it and disclosing it initially, and then they can get the help.
Philip, thanks very much for your time today. Thank you.
No bother.
Cheers.